All right. Hey, everyone. So I'm going to go over our top 15 sales of December. Really just want to give you guys some tips when you're out thrifting to know what to pick up. We're going to go over kind of like what makes these items unique, why we picked them up, and then obviously what they sold for. So thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Let's get started. So this first one here is an LL Bean silk wool blend women's blazer. A few things that are unique about this blazer. So it has these elbow pads that demands a premium. It's LL Bean that demands a premium, and then it's a silk blend. So this sold for best offer of around $60. We probably got this at the bins for a couple dollars. So just be on the lookout for LL Bean, elbow pads, and a silk wool blend, which you can see from the tags. All right, next one here. So this is a mat set for cars. So like the car mats that go into your car. This is actually brand new. These go for pretty good money if you can find them new. All you really have to do is take this tag here, plug in the part number, make your eBay listing, and you're good to go. And this sold for $55, and we got this for 10 at a garage sale. So just be on the lookout. All right, this next one here is a stained glass turtle. Any stained glass lamps do extremely well. As you can see, this sold for $60. We got this at an estate sale for 5. We're gonna make pretty good money, like you see here. And just be on the lookout for any stained glass animal lamps. They do very well. All right, next one here, we actually got at Goodwill, which is kind of surprising for $10. This is some sort of like Star Wars drone, which is actually pretty cool. It sold for $69. Be on the lookout for any toy that's sealed. You can see here that's new. It's usually a good pickup. So just be on the lookout. All right, so next one here is another LL Bean. This is a vintage coat. Coats and jackets do extremely well. They don't cost that much to ship, and they demand a premium, as you can see here, for $80. So just be on the lookout for any coats, especially paired with a good brand like LL Bean. All right, next one here is a North Face Goose Down puffer jacket. So one thing to keep an eye out here is this number. So the higher the number, the more down feathers that are in the jacket. And also, the higher the number, the more expensive it goes for. So if you see a number here, if at all, I would just look it up because that means it's goose down and it's probably worth picking up. But the higher the number, like 700 is a pretty high number. So just keep an eye out for that. And then this next one here, this falls in the category of gym equipment. This is an Alico kettlebell. I have no idea, or at the time I had no idea what this brand was. But any like weights or gym equipment goes for good money. So just make sure you're picking gym equipment up. Doesn't cost that much. You would think it would cost a lot because it's heavy, but FedEx or UPS ships pretty cheap, and this one sold for $100. So, all right, next one here is a Bemidji Woolen Mills shirt. So this is a wool shirt. Little backstory to this. So was at the thrift store, and basically, as you're flipping through the prices, you can see how much stuff is before you actually buy it. And this one was actually like $25, which is a lot of money for a shirt. But I looked it up, and some of these shirts were going for like $100 to $150. So I took a chance on it. And I'm happy that I did because the $20 cost turned into 100. So just keep an eye out for this brand. I think it's pretty rare, but keep an eye out nonetheless. All right, so this next one's a Carhartt women's jacket, Quick Duck, which I think is like quick dry, full swing. This one for $100. I think I got this on Whatnot for like $10 to $15. But look at here, so it actually has some damage on the wrist fabric sections here, and it's selling for $100. So Carhartt does pretty well, even if it's damaged. So just make sure you keep an eye out for Carhartt if you can get it at a good price. All right, next one here is some sort of beauty product. I'll be honest, I don't know what it is. I know it's expensive though. So I went to a garage sale last year where I bought around 25 of these similar products for $3 or $4 each, and you can tell that they go for over 100. So I actually didn't know they went for that much. I just grabbed everything because it was so cheap, and I was seeing some good prices. But I was pleasantly surprised when I came home that this was just like a major score. So just keep an eye out for beauty products. Make sure it's new, and just look it up. It's pretty easy with the. I think there's a barcode. Yeah, just scan it with your eBay app, and you should be kind of good to go there. So, all right, next one here is a Williams Sonoma Jingle Bell wreath. This took about a year to sell. This was new in box. I think we got two of these for like $30, and we sold this for 125. Um, this is pretty fancy. Like if you just look at it, it's new in box. Just scan it, look it up. I think like the retail was way lower, like 60. So it must be some sort of discontinued item. Just throw this on your eBay app, scan the barcode, see what it goes for. It's worth a shot. All right, this next one here is a find that we found at a high school garage sale. So these dolls were sitting for $3 for all of them in a plastic bag. I picked these up because they just looked unique. Like they don't look like a normal doll. And so was pleasantly surprised when I actually looked them up and found out that they were some sort of Arnie Hassel Norwegian collector dolls. And it went for 150 bucks. So if you can get something for cheap, take the gamble on it. You'll know for the next time whether you should pick it up or not. So I was pleasantly surprised and very happy about that sale. All right, next one here is some speakers. Honestly, these things suck to ship. I probably wouldn't suggest this for a beginner. But some of these like boombox or not boombox, but desktop speakers go for quite a bit of money. This went for $225. It will cost like $40 to ship, so just keep that in mind. But even after that, we probably got these out of a storage unit, so our cost is next to nothing. So keep an eye out. Speakers do pretty well. So, all right, this next one here, Magic the Gathering, lot of estate sale cards. So we actually got this out of a storage unit. We found a whole case of them. This is probably about half of what we found. I started going through them. I found some of the rares. I took out some of the extremely expensive cards, and then I just threw the rest in this lot. I'm sure there's some valuable ones in here as well, and got $225. So I'm happy that we did an auction for this. And then I can do it, sell the separate cards that are worth a little bit more separately. But sometimes you just kind of got to get rid of stuff. We got too many things. And I'm happy with $220 for this. And I'm sure someone else is happy with the value as well. So, all right, last one here. And before we start talking about this, if you could please like and subscribe to our channel, this would really help us out. Kind of gives us an incentive to keep creating videos. So just appreciate everyone being here. So this was a pretty crazy score here. I'm going to kind of take us from the beginning. So we went to the thrift store. We bought 6 bags of these patches. It was $20 for all of them. This is not even all of them. This is probably about half of them. This is kind of the reject pile, or so what I was thinking at the time. So I threw the reject pile up on eBay as an auction because I just wanted to get rid of it. And I was blown away by the ending price here. It was just crazy. And what I ended up finding out, which is what I want to share with you guys, is when there's a name on some of these patches, collectors go absolutely crazy for it. I found that out by the person who actually bought it. he just told me about it. So if you see a name along with patches, it actually increases the value, which I was completely unaware with. So just keep an eye out. Patches do well anyways, but I just wanted to throw that tidbit out for you guys so you're aware. So that brings us to the end of the list here. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye.